Have any of you guys seen that new Vince Vaughn movie, Freaky? If not, well, we're going to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by wearecritics.com. And today I want to talk about this movie that's been around for almost a month now, called Freaky. Yes, Vince Vaughn is back. I don't know whether to call this dark comedy, dark horror, or comedy-ish, but I gotta tell you, straight off the bat, when I saw the trailer, poster very appealing, trailer beginning very appealing, but then when I saw the premise, because they give you the premise right away in the trailer, so this is definitely going to be like spoilers. If you don't want to hear it and you want to watch it for yourself, go ahead, but I guarantee you watch the trailer, it's all laid out for you. This thing kind of gave me Happy Death Day vibes, and now that I've said that out loud, like now that I've watched this movie and I did my little bit of research, I realized that I am a Christopher Landon fan. And Christopher Landon, for those who don't know, is the writer and director of Happy Death Day. He's also the writer of Disturbia, which was another one of my favorite films. And he's also the writer and director of this film, Freaky. So, and all of those movies, they all hit me here. And I like them, I love them. But Freaky, I was a little bit on the fence. I'm not gonna lie. It is very wacky. The premise, without giving away too much, is like Freaky Friday meets Friday the 13th. Enough said, right? Basically, there is a serial killer on the loose who happens to come upon a mystical artifact that is in the shape of a dagger, a knife that he can kill with. And one night he goes out to slay and comes upon this young girl and tries to kill her, but when he stabs her, some weird shit happens and they end up switching switching bodies. So that's when it gets fun. Because I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, this thing is like horror nostalgia. Like anything that, if you're a real horror buff, especially from like the 80s and that stuff, and that's where it got me. That's what plucked on my heartstrings, because I am a fan of that stuff. I love the on-the-nose slasher film, Screams, like one of my favorite horror series, Friday the 13th, Halloween. This thing gives nods to all of it. And what I mean by that is there's little funny things like Vince Vaughn is the serial killer. He's a killer in this movie. And when in the beginning, the opening sequence, it kind of starts off like a Scream movie where you get that, like the teenagers having a little gathering. One walks away, and then all of a sudden the slasher comes in, gets that one after another, and then, but when he's killing, his mask looks like a Jason mask. There's a scene where he kills the girl, the final girl, and he kind of like puts the body up on like a spike in the wall, sort of like something that Michael Myers would do, and he gives her like the head tilt stare. So that was pretty cool. That was a nod. I felt like the opening sequence when the parents walk in on the daughter that died, and they see her and they scream, was like Scream, and then that's when the title sequence comes in. So it was literally on the nose of like all of your favorite horror movies that you probably grew up on or that you remember coming up on, and that's the stuff I loved about it. There's even like a cool nod with one of the boys. I think he's the main kid. I forget what his name was Booker, but his last name, and you know this only because they're at a homecoming game and all the football players, the varsity players, are facing the field and they show the back of them. One of the kids' last names is Strode, Booker Strode, as in Laurie Strode from Halloween. So yeah, there are like very, very minuscule nods to the horror genre as it's making fun of itself, because it's not a movie that you can really take seriously, but it's fun. Just like Happy Death Day, which ended up getting a sequel. There was even a rumor, and trust me, this gets me because I'm a continuity junkie, but there's even word out there that Christopher Landon pitched a crossover between Friday and Happy Death Day, which would have been called Freaky Freaky Happy Friday, something, Freaky Happy Death Day or some shit like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But there was word out there that he wanted to cross them over, which I gotta tell you, if it happens, I'm fucking here for it. I love this shit. I love this. I love that on the nose slasher corny shit from back in the day. And dude, I feel like, you know, Blumhouse, and I always talk about Blumhouse when I talk about these newer horrors, because they're the ones that's in the game kind of, you know, putting these things out. They've done more serious stuff, but they know when to have fun as well. And this is a fun movie. Can you take it seriously? Probably not, and probably not everyone. But for the most part, I don't even think they really needed Vince Vaughn. Like, because that was kind of weird. Like, I'm never a fan of, like, when you use, like, very well-known actors in certain stories. Because in slasher movies, you rarely ever really get names you know. They're always, like, up-and-coming people or people that you've seen around but aren't really, like... The ones that have, like, big names on it never really stuck with me. Like, Kiefer Sutherland did one, I think it was called Mirrors. And I was like a huge 24 fan, and plus everybody knows Kiefer Sutherland from The Lost Boys. And like to see him come from Jack Bauer to that was kind of like, okay. Also Schwarzenegger, he did The End of Days. Like that was kind of like, I don't know. Like I get lost. I don't get lost in the story. You just lose me when I see well-known actors in certain roles. But otherwise, let me see. Freaky. Did I like it? Did I hate it? I didn't hate it per se. I have to say that I probably wasn't in the right mindset to watch it. I really wanted to watch it and I really wanted to like it. But when I'm watching it, I was just like, I was laughing at how ridiculous it was. It kind of plays with you. Like sometimes it's very cheesy and then sometimes it's very cool and then sometimes it's very fun. So you're like on a little, and I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of how I felt when I watched Happy Death Day. But at the end of it all, I actually really, really loved Happy Death Day. And I was excited when I heard there was a sequel. So hopefully this movie and Happy Death Day kind of do meet in the middle. I would be all for that. I didn't hate the cast. I thought the cast was cool. A lot of those guys looked very familiar, especially Catherine Newton. I can't remember where I've seen her before, but she looked very familiar. She did kind of resemble the girl who played Kristen in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, was it? Or 5. One of those. I can't remember which one. But she kind of resembles her in the face a little bit. I'm a big horror buff, so I remember senseless shit like that. I don't know why I remember that. But Vince Vaughn does his thing. The comedic role, probably the best part about the movie because, like I said, it's like a Freaky Friday movie, and you know that there will be a switch coming around. So it's always cool. It's cool to see those characters jump out of themselves and kind of just be silly. And Vince, as a 17-year-old girl in high school, was pretty funny. It kind of gave me the hot chick vibes with Rob Schneider. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities of things. It's not original in a sense, but in a sense it is kind of original because it's a horror take on it. You've never seen that. Same as Happy Death Day. It was literally Groundhog's Day meets Friday the 13th or Halloween. But this one here, Chris Landon, man, I mean, hats off for poking fun and having fun with the horror genre and keeping it fresh for us. Because, I mean, yeah, I probably would have never went to this if it wasn't a horror genre. If it was a comedy straight up, then I would have just been like, this is Freaky Friday, we done. I don't need it, whatever. But the fact that it was a horror twist was enough to pique my interest. And then this thing is doing very well. 83% Rotten Tomatoes last time I checked, certified fresh. IMDb not so well, but I mean, everybody knows Rotten Tomatoes, like, for some reason it's a standard. People pay attention to that. But it's doing very well. I'm not gonna say don't check it out. If I had to rate this movie as a film, I'll probably give it like a 2.5 because I don't think this is for everyone's taste, but it is fun. For myself, I would watch this. I would tell a friend about it because I'm just that corny sometimes. So, you know what I mean? I would definitely watch this just like I watched Happy Death Day, and I checked out for the sequel, and I'm hoping that they do a third one. So, yeah, guys, if you tell me what you think if you saw it. I don't know if you did see it, if you're going to check it out. Let me know what you thought because I think it's on a lot of people are going to be on the fence. They're either going to love it or they're going to hate it. It's not going to be a general consensus of everybody saying this movie is great, but it was fun. I will tell you that much. And it is fun to see Vince Vaughn trying to be a 17-year-old girl in high school, chasing a killer. And it's kind of short too. It kind of felt a little short. So yeah, guys, let me know what you thought. Did you check out Freaky? Will you check out Freaky? Did you hate it? Am I on par? Am I off? Let's go back and forth. I don't care. I love the conversation. And like, share, comment, but make sure you subscribe. And for more news and trailers and anything popping in the movie industry, make sure you guys check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.